Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are talking about the whole decision phase, tracking your applications, going to viewings, understanding the contract, and finally the handover process. Let's jump in. In the previous videos, you learned how to figure out what type of property fits your needs and where to search websites, newspapers, local platforms, and so on. By now, you have probably sent out dozens or even hundreds of applications. In big cities, competition is intense. You can expect a response rate of around 10 to 20%. In smaller towns, it's much better, around 30 to 50%. And remember, a response doesn't always mean good news. Sometimes it's simply the apartment is already taken, and sometimes it's an invitation for a viewing. But most applications won't get any reply at all. This is why you shouldn't overthink every application. Don't spend too much time reading every detail before sending it. Just check the basics: size, location, cost, and whether it generally fits your needs. Then apply. Save your deeper research for the apartments that actually respond. It saves time and keeps the process moving. Since you will be applying for many places, the whole thing can get messy quickly. So, we recommend tracking your applications. There's a template in the description, an Excel sheet you can use to record each one. Add the location, size, number of rooms, floor level, whether it has a kitchen or is furnished, and the link to the listing. You will also include the rent, the deposit, the date you applied, and the status, whether you are still waiting, got rejected, or received an appointment for viewing. If you do get invited to a viewing, note down the date, the contact person, their phone number or email, and anything else you might need. After the visit, write down your impressions and any specific details you noticed. This helps a lot when you are comparing apartments later. If all of this feels overwhelming, you can keep things simple. You do not need to track every single application. Just apply normally and only start tracking once you receive a response. Now, let's move into the viewing phase. We will break it into three parts: before the viewing, during the viewing, and after the viewing. Before the viewing, start by checking the area. Open Google Maps, find the apartment, see how far it is from the places that matter to you: your workplace or university, supermarkets, city center, and public transport stops like bus, tram, or the main station. This gives you a quick sense of whether the location fits your daily life. Next, prepare your documents. Print your documents, preferably in color, and keep a copy with you. Also keep the digital PDF file that we prepared in video 2 on your phone or in your email. Some landlords take the printed version, while others prefer the documents by email. Then, prepare your questions. Make a list of things you want to ask the landlord. You have already read the listing, but anything unclear or important to you should go on that list. There's a ready-made question list in the description. Remove anything the ad already answers and keep the questions that really matters. Finally, if possible, bring a friend. A second opinion can catch details you might overlook, and it helps you to stay objective during the visit. During the viewing, pay attention to your appearance. Greet the landlord politely and make a good first impression. Small gestures like taking off your shoes when appropriate help set the tone. Try to arrive a bit early so you can look around the neighborhood, the entrance of the building, and hallway. These areas often tell you more than the apartment itself. Inside, inspect the place carefully. Look for cracks, loose tiles, water damage, and signs of mold. Test the doors and windows. Open, close, and lock them. Check whether the windows are double glazed and whether blinds or curtains are installed in the apartment. Test the utilities, lights and switches if any. Turn on the heating and check it again after a few minutes. Run the water taps and check the water pressure. Then, test all appliances: fridge, oven, stove, or any other units. If there is furniture, look closely at its condition. Ask for permission and take photos or ideally a video walkthrough. You will miss details in the moment, and those photos and videos will help you compare apartments later and document the initial condition. Don't forget to check the basement or storage areas, any shared spaces, the laundry room, and the parking situation, whether there's a garage, an assigned spot, or only street parking. After inspecting everything, go through your prepared question list. Showing genuine interest and specific follow up questions leaves a positive impression. After the viewing, share impressions with your friend immediately. Discuss what you both noticed and compare thoughts. Then document everything while it's fresh. Use your photos and videos to fill in details. If you liked the apartment, respond quickly. Ideally, make a decision and reply on the same day. A fast, clear message that you want the apartment increases your chances significantly, especially in competitive areas. We know it's a lot to remember, so we have made a checklist covering everything before you go, during your visit, and after the viewing. Check the links in the description below, and you can even take it with you to make sure nothing is forgotten. So, you have found an apartment you like, and you have let the landlord know that you're interested and want to rent it. Now it's a waiting game. The landlord will review all applicants and decide who gets the property. If you are selected, congratulations. That means it's time to move on to the next step, signing the rental contract. In this section, we will break down everything you need to know about rental contracts so you can handle this step confidently. Types of rental contracts in Germany. In Germany, there are mainly two types of rental contracts: indefinite or open-ended, unbefristet. This type has no fixed end date. You can move in and stay as long as you like until either you or the landlord terminates the contract under legal condition. Fixed term, befristet. This contract specifies a start and end date. Once the fixed term ends, the contract automatically expires unless it is renewed. Legal rental contracts in Germany generally follow a similar structure. Here are the 5 main sections you should expect and check in any contract. Parties involved. At the beginning of the contract, you will find the full name and addresses of both the tenant or tenants and the landlord or company. Property details. This section describes the apartment itself, including size of the apartment, number of rooms, number of keys provided, and whether there is a balcony, basement, or other shared spaces. Having these details in the contract helps prevent misunderstandings. Contract duration and termination rules. This section shows when your contract begins, and if it's a fixed term rental, it will also show the end date. You will also find notice periods here. Typically, tenants must inform the landlord 3 months before leaving the apartment. Costs and payments. This section covers all financial details, rent amount, and due dates, usually by the 3rd or 5th of each month. Additional living costs or utilities, deposit amount, landlord's bank details. House rules and other regulations. Here you will find rules about shared areas, subletting, quiet hours, smoking, pets, and other guidelines. Some landlords allow certain things and others don't, so this section helps avoid misunderstandings. Once you have signed the contract and know the start date, you should receive the keys at the latest on the first day of your rental period. However, it's common to get the keys a few days earlier. Before moving in, there is an important step called the handover protocol, Übergabe protocol. This is a document that records the current condition of the apartment. It lists any existing damages and the general state of the property. Both you and the landlord sign it to confirm the condition. This same document is also used when you move out, helping avoid disputes over damages later. Before moving in, the handover process usually works like this. Schedule an appointment. The landlord or sometimes a property manager or caretaker, if the landlord isn't available, will schedule a meeting with you to hand over the keys. You will go through all rooms, shared spaces together. The goal is to check the condition of the apartment because when you move out, the landlord expects it back in the same state. Together, you will record the readings for water, electricity, and heating. All your bills for utilities will start from these readings, so it's crucial to do this carefully. Finally, both you and the landlord will sign the handover protocol, which documents the apartment's conditions. Each party receives a copy. When it's time to move out, the same handover protocol is used. Schedule an appointment with the landlord or their representative to return the keys, including any copies. Prepare the apartment. Clean all rooms thoroughly. Remove all personal items. Repair or address any damages if necessary. Some landlords may expect walls to be repainted or whitened. Check your contract for specific requirements. The landlord or their representative will walk through the apartment and share spaces to inspect the condition. Meter readings for water, electricity, and heating are recorded since your utility bills stop at this point. Finally, both parties sign the handover protocol and each keeps a copy. This ensures the apartment is returned in the same condition as when you moved in, avoiding disputes over deposits or damages. So, you have signed the contract and received your keys, but most likely all you have are empty walls. In the best case scenario, if you followed our advice, you might have a kitchen installed, but that's about it. Most apartments come unfurnished without utilities or appliances. That's exactly what we will cover in our next video, making it your home. We will guide you through city registration, which is mandatory, setting up electricity contract, getting a gas contract if needed, internet setup, broadcasting fees, furnishing your apartment. If you found this video helpful, subscribe, comment, and like to stay updated, and make sure to watch the next video to turn your empty apartment into a home.